So our topic is the effects of the diversification of superheroes. So our research question is, what are the effects of increasing diversity of superheroes in the superhero world and franchise?
Okay, and our resolution is the diversification of superheroes has resulted in a change in the audience variety and viewpoints. Now some background information. The superhero genre was created between the 1930s and 1960s when nobody really questioned why there weren't more diverse characters. Though eventually the comic companies realized they weren't marketing towards a vast audience and decided to create characters for them, though it was a long time before actual characters were produced. In fact, Lobo #1, which was the first African-American comic book character, was created 27 years after the first major superhero. Companies have recently placed even more emphasis on diverse superheroes. Time magazine recently reported that Marvel went from publishing 0 female-led comics in 2012 to 16 in 2015. Though one major drawback has followed the addition of more diverse characters, and that's that established audiences are not too fond of the new characters.
So established superhero fans were definitely affected by the increase in diversity. So one main reason they were upset is that they believed that the superhero franchises changed and increased diversity due to a strive for political correctness rather than an increase in the quality of superhero franchises. David Barnett of the Telegraph discusses how the established superhero fans are dissatisfied with the changes as their favorite superheroes are being impacted, and that is upsetting to them because their favorite superheroes and their superhero experience is definitely impacted. Another reason they're upset is because their childhood superheroes are being replaced. Many believe that change is bad, and in this case, the established superhero fan bases, they don't think that the change in diversity is actually helping them or benefiting their experience. They grew up watching and idolizing these superheroes, and now, just because they want to increase diversity, all their favorite superheroes are being replaced.
So the next topic is diversity on superheroes and pop culture. On the left you can see a comic book, The Mighty Thor, and on the right you can see a movie soon to come out called The Black Panther. So in pop culture, the first change we notice is the change in movies. The Black Panther was it garnered a lot of support from the community and hype. Likes and comments were drastically raised on this one post. There was a boost in followers of 4,403 over the span of 2 days, on October 16th to October 17th. This was 10 times more than this was 10 times the increase in a span of 2 days in the months of November to October. Comic books are also affected in this diversity of superheroes. We can first see this in The Mighty Thor. The Mighty Thor portrays a female protagonist, which is very appealing to the woman. And The Black Panther was a best-selling comic in 2016 before it became a movie. 253,259 copies were sold, compared to its competing book, which was only 175,322 copies. This is a 77,397 difference. This shows the community really took interest in The Black Panther, giving it 77,000 more. The overall effect was the community recognized that other communities and garnered support from other communities.
Okay, so my topic was the effect of diverse superheroes on audiences. Axel Alonso, Marvel's editor-in-chief, recently stated that if you go to conventions and comic book stores, more and more female readers are emerging. They are starved for content and looking for content they can relate to. This reveals that the introduction of more diverse superheroes has widened the extent of superhero audiences as people are drawn to characters similar to themselves. In fact, women now make up 62.07% of people who like female comic book characters. These results are also shown in the recent Wonder Woman movie, where 52% of the audiences were female. This is not usually the case, as usually 60% of the audiences are male. As well, the Facebook universe recently grew to 24 million people, with 46.67% of that women as that population. These more diverse characters have been created to embrace different cultures and have also changed the pop cultures and changed along with them.
So my topic is the effect of diverse superheroes on stereotypes. So women superheroes are starting to appear in the superhero scene more. So a new Wonder Woman movie came out in 2017. In that movie, you can see Wonder Woman being portrayed as a strong, intelligent, and intelligent and independent woman. So it's portraying that women can be as strong as men. So another topic I would like to talk about is the hypersexualized woman, also appearing in the superhero movies. This can lead to many girls believing that this is the only way to look perfect. So next we have the minority superheroes. So this can change black stereotypes. For example, the blaxploitation films. These films included superheroes that did not cower under white supremacy. It revealed how one man fights back to protect his people. Another minority would be the homosexuals. So in a Marvel movie, Marvel had Wolverine kiss Hercules in an alternate X-Men universe, which can help promote homosexuality in our society.
So for the effects on franchises, according to Risk Management, overseas markets now account for 70% of a film's total gross, so the continuing efforts to diverse characters will appeal to those audiences even more. And in the fall of 2016, according to the Marvel News website, they began to introduce different variant covers surrounded by STEAM, which stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, Art, and Mathematics. And the goal of that was to portray these young heroes as having these passions in order to kind of encourage the readers to also follow those passions. And Marvel began to also introduce the All New, All Different campaign, which was pretty much just trying to adapt the heroes to our current modern world and our current political landscape. And as you can see in this graph, 2000's superhero movies that had female heroes had an $18,546,206 higher box office take than 2000 superhero movies without female heroes. And in the next graph, you can see that the second most positive change in comics recently has been voted as diversified content / creators, which shows that the increasing diversity has a positive effect on the audiences.
So in conclusion, we can see superheroes have evolved and changed to encompass many different groups and cultures of society today. We can see this with the influx of audiences from the LGBTQ2+ and the other communities, and women included. Thank you.
All right. All right, so let me ask you some questions real quick.